talk about or think about change in positive ways. They say, you know, it energises them or excites them, they get learning from it, or they're risk takers. They can consider change a challenge, or, you know, allows them to be creative. Now, these are the people, you know, who are generally, you know, entrepreneurs, risk takers. You know, they're the types of people who don't mind the fact that sometimes their status quo could be rocked, or, you know, their fear of the unknown is more an adventure than anything. Who doesn't like change? Come on, be honest.
If you rephrase it to who's afraid of change, I can put my
Yeah, okay.
like change,
Okay, all right. You've just helped me out in some research there, which I'll tell you in a moment, because I'm doing a little bit of research with you right now. But let me just tell you first that often people who say they don't like change are people who have you know, thoughts and memories about change that when it hasn't been so good. So it could be around fear, stress, frustration, confusion. It could be unstabilising, and definitely it may create some loss and grief. And so when we're frightened of what that means for us, that's when it can mean, I don't like change. I actually like stability. I like to know. Now, the truth is that most people like change, but they fear what it's going to mean for them. That's a very natural reaction. And of course, I'm just saying change. And I mean, you could say, well, I like this change, but I don't like this change. Yeah. I like change at work, but I don't like change at home. Or, you know, I like change when I'm in this role, but I don't like change when I'm in that role. So there's lots of factors going on about when we like change and when we don't. So I just wanted to ask you a question. Why did you sit in the seat that you're sitting, except you two who that's right, you're not allowed to answer.
Because I always do as I'm told.
Okay, all right, so you're passive complier. Okay, you came a little bit late too, which meant that you couldn't really choose particularly. Why did you sit there?
It seemed cooler.
Good.
And it gave me good vision.
Okay, so it gave you good vision, felt cooler, felt the right spot. You were feeling safe right there. Okay. Who else? What else about you guys? You came in.
If I sat on that side of the table, I'd probably have to crick my leg slightly to look at the screen. Whereas here I'm looking directly.
You're looking directly?
Because we were still talking about work as well, so we used it as an opportunity. We don't always
to sit together. So you felt safe because you were with people that you know. You didn't kind of say, "Hey, let's split up here. let's challenge ourselves."
A group conversation, so it was just like.
So the reality is that if I asked you, it was probably because you picked the place that you were going to feel most safe and comfortable. Who walked in the room and said, right, where am I going to really challenge myself today to sit? You know, where am I going to be able to, where I can crick my neck and talk to someone I don't know and feel a bit hot and bothered and not see the screen? Did anybody do that? No. We don't. Our natural reaction is to want to feel safe and want to feel comfortable. And so we pick the situations, we pick the environment, we pick the seat that's going to give us that most comfort. When we're challenged, and now if I said to you now, guess what, guys? We're all going to move chairs. Now, would that challenge anyone? Because you look like you're pretty settled, you know? You got your things all over the table, you got your name. Now, who hasn't done their names? Can you pull out your names and make your little name badges? I forgot to say that. This table will get top marks here. You're ready to go. So who would feel uncomfortable? Like what would it feel like if I said to you right now, guess what, Marie, we're going to actually change you now. Sorry, I want you to move over this side. How would that feel to you?
Well, I've been lots of places before where that's been done and I think, oh, again.
Yeah. So you're a passive complier, like you, okay. Would anybody just say, no, I really don't want to do that because that's really going to crick my neck, that's really going to put me in an uncomfortable position. Would anybody really want to say no?
Yeah.
Yeah? You'd feel like, no, I don't really, you know, Ruth.
I'd want to know what the point was.
You'd want to know what the point was, absolutely. People want to know the rationale for change. And that's one of the key things for you as team leaders and managers. That when you're introducing change, one of the first questions that will come up is why? Why are we doing this? Because we want to know that there's a reason. Because if you're going to change my status quo, if you're going to challenge me, if you're going to put me in a position where I may not be as comfortable as I am right now, I want to know why. So that's one of the first questions they ask. Now, what if I said to you, okay guys, we're going to move seats and I've actually decided exactly where you're going to sit. So I want you to go here, Eddie, I want you to go to that seat. How again would that feel to you if I started to actually start directing you, not so that you could choose, but actually I was going to determine where you were going to sit? How would that feel? Pardon?
A bit uncomfortable.
A bit awkward as well. Yeah, because you'd start again thinking, hang on a minute, what's the agenda here? Why is she actually forming us into specific groups? Why have I got to follow her instructions? And it might be that most of you don't know me very well. And you've met me for 10 minutes now. Do you trust me enough to go with what I'm saying?
So I would go back to, it's what's at risk. Moving across there probably isn't going to disturb me a significant amount. I'd go 2 rooms away, then I might start to consider, I'm not sure I like this anymore.
Yeah. So again, you're starting to think about, how's this affecting me? Why am I doing it? What kind of, is this putting me in a challenging position? And do I want to do that? Are those restraining and factors, which one's winning? And this is the question, let's just go back there. So with any type of change, whether it be just change seats or change jobs or change organisations or change the way that you do things, change your position description, whatever it might be, it doesn't matter whether it's a small change or a big change. There's always this going on in your mind about what's the reason and the benefits for this change to occur and why shouldn't I? What are the restraining factors? Why is this a reason to just say no or to say, hey, I'm not happy about this?